Hello again, and welcome to this video, which is about what it actually means to accept ourselves fully. So, self-acceptance, at least for a period in everyone's lives, and I think it is super important to know and accept that that is just a part of life. In order to find oneself, we sometimes question ourselves and everything that we are and everything that we're not. And it is not something that we need to be ashamed of or think that we are wrong or failing somehow because we are struggling with self-acceptance. Although it can be done in a healthy way, and with that I mean that to accept oneself, we need to remember that that is not the same thing as not evaluating within ourselves the good and the bad sides that we are. You know, when we say that I accept myself fully as I am, doesn't mean that I allow myself to be an idiot towards people, or myself for that matter. To accept oneself is about that we accept everything that we are and everything that we are not, and that we make peace with what we are, and that we at the same time also accept what needs to be improved upon, like what we need to be approved, what we need to improve is the word. Improve, not approve, improve, because it is very easy that when it gets painful, when we see things with ourselves that we think are painful, that we want to cover our heads in the sand and say that, but I accept myself as I am, and then we make that as an excuse to not improve. And that is not what self-acceptance is. Self-acceptance is that we accept ourselves as we are, with the good and the bad sides, but that we still make room for improvement, but that we of course nourish the sides that we think are good and that we are proud to be, and that we can feel, and the sides that we feel gives us and other people joy. And self-acceptance is also something that when we give that to ourselves, it is something that cannot be faked, which means that when you accept yourself, you also allow yourself, your others, and for example your children, that they are allowed to accept themselves fully, because no matter if we like it or not, we all learn not by words but from energy and behaviors. You know, you can tell when you meet a person if they really are what they say or act as, or if it's just a show. It's just something that can be felt, and children especially are masters at knowing these things, because yet they're not that disturbed. So it's not just for your sake to practice true self-acceptance, but for the love for the people, for other people too, for your children, for your family, for your friends. Yeah. Sometimes it can actually be even harder. That's what I have felt, at least. Sometimes it has even been harder for me to accept the greatness than the sides that I'm not so proud about. You know, when we come to this self-acceptance, we have often put limitations upon ourselves, both from ourselves and others have put it upon us, that we have made our own. And then it can also be hard to accept that we are greater than what we think we are. You know, so this word self-acceptance is not a small one. It has an enormous depth. And It is something that we, at least according to my experience, I have to be aware of that each and every day, to accept myself as I am, to not play smaller than I am meant to, to accept that I can give more than I actually think I can give. It's not just about what we may think, that the ego is that you think that you're better than anyone else. The ego can also be that it says that you are not as good as anyone else and you don't have as much to give, and so forth. So, yeah, self-acceptance also means, just to end here real quick, that to not forget that we are not just a mortal self. That's at least my conviction. We also have a much greater self, which is the soul self. And that is also a form of self-acceptance, that I accept that I am more than a body, that I am more than a mind, that I actually am a soul, and that I have a purpose, and that purpose is important, and that I accept that too. That is also self-acceptance. So, yeah, I could continue with this forever, but I have to go in now. I love you so much, and I wish you a beautiful day. Bye for now.